Yeah, do you know what? I think there's been, it's weird because some of it, I get obviously like, I get really nervous when I'm doing ring announcing because I'm so scared that I'm going to mess something up. And there's been one time where I was stood there and thought, oh my God, like, what am I doing? Like, do you know what I mean? I stood there like, what on earth is going on with my life currently? Like, this is so weird. Like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I was really, really nervous about some things, and I'm like sharing locker rooms with really cool people, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, who am I? You know what I mean? But it's like 7-year-old me. Oh my God. To be fair, the girls that were in wrestling around that time when I was obviously growing up, they were my idols. I didn't really maybe look at like, the odd pop star, but these girls that are wrestlers, they were my idols. Do you know what I mean? So like, obviously, I wish so many of them were still wrestling now because it'd be the coolest thing ever. But like, it's some of them now that are still wrestling, which I'm like, that did the bra and panty stuff, and I think, look how far you've come as well. You know, it feels like I've grown up, they've changed, and they're getting seen for like how good they really are. And it's really cool. Yeah, I'd say so.
You're damn right. Yeah, when you think about how, isn't it again one of the weird things, like the fact that again from our generation of wrestling, like Lita and Trish Stratus, they've only faced each other at Mania once, and you think that was the seminal women's rivalry of the early years of sort of the real advent of the women's division, and they only ever faced each other once. If that doesn't tell you how far we've come, because now, sorry, go.
And do you know it's even crazier? They're still so huge, and you see the pop that they both get, and you just think, why didn't they get more? So why didn't they get more time? Why didn't they get to show more than what they could do? You've seen over the past few years, you'll see they've both come back, and Trish, for example, she looks, honestly, I don't know what she's doing with her skincare, but she has not aged at all, and it's really quite annoying. But it's like, they keep coming back and they still get this reaction, and Trish is great. Trish and Becky's like feud that they have was fantastic. You just think, there's so many opportunities that a lot of these girls that probably, might have even been quite good in the ring, didn't really get that opportunity back in the day, and that a lot of them now aren't wrestling. You just think, oh, like, kind of wish they had a little bit more, of an opportunity instead of a 2-minute, I'm going to take your bra off. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts, isn't it? When you think about it.
What's even crazier is the fact that people admit the fact that China at one point was considered for the world heavyweight title. Like, she was going to beat Austin for it. And she was IC champ. And then she was co-IC champ. And at one point she was supposed to be the tag champ. And it's like, not mentioned. And that breaks my heart because I grew up with China. And I remember how much of a fucking like, she was pushed and marketed. This is a fucking badass. And you go, not mentioned in the conversation ever, and it bums me out because of who runs it.
Yeah, honestly,
that's a conversation probably for another day.
Like it's crazy, really. Like China, imagine China now, like the opportunities. Like if she was about and she did, the amount of matches she did, the amount of rivalries and. Her and Rhea, or her and Charlotte Flair, her and Bianca Belair. Like, can you imagine? Like, what a shame, man. What an absolute shame. That would have been unreal. But she's, it's weird because she's still spoken about by wrestling fans, but for good things. Everyone always it's never, I've seen it's horrible. Everyone's just like, wow, like, wish you were kind of here kind of thing. Because imagine her looking at it now and be like, wow, like looking, for example, like at a Rhea Ripley and being like, wow, like, you're kind of like me. She was an outsider, wasn't she? She wasn't really, she was judged. It's horrible, really. She wasn't exactly hot bra and panties kind of girl, but, she was incredible. So.